Hey guys, welcome to my channel. I'm Kirprenses and I wanted to tell you guys how I got into the yoga culture. Me around here in this area, they know I was a B-girl, I'm a singer-songwriter on bass, and I'm into yoga. And I love to help people around me with my experiences. So I was like, why not just share it with the whole world and not just with the people around me and my family. To yoga pretty late, like when I started breaking pretty late. I'm a late goer for everything. And I was like 22 and I had hip issues when I was practicing. So I went to a couple doctors. Nobody told me I have a hip dysplasia. They all wanted to give me medicals, that's it. I mean, imagine that. Big pharma and stuff, so. But that's another thing. So I had the luck to meet some real good doctor, and he was like, you have a hip dysplasia, definitely, and you have to do something to build your muscles around in that area. You shouldn't run. You should make yoga, go swimming, and ride the bike. So that's what I did then, and I was like swimming 3 times a week. I was anyway practicing breaking 3 times a week, sometimes 4 times a week. And I drove everywhere with my bike, and I'm still doing that today. And I wanted to get into the yoga culture, but I was like, oh my God, should I go swimming or join a yoga group? So I said, I was more like, okay, I go swimming and I learn yoga from YouTube. But I wouldn't recommend anyone with health issues to learn from YouTube. Especially when something special like hip dysplasia, because every hip dysplasia is different. It's some problem you have with your bones, and it happens when you come out of the womb with your feet first. And usually they give the babies like this pants where your legs are spread when you're newborn. But since I was born in Turkey, they did not know the technique, so it was my luck then. So. But anyway, so I watched YouTube videos and I learned a couple postures. It was good. And I got through it. But I couldn't sit cross-legged. So when I got pregnant, I started having like this real bad issues with my ischias and with my hips too. And the only thing that always saved me was swimming again. So I was swimming a lot during that time, and I decided to join a pregnancy yoga course, and that was a game changer because I had a real awesome yoga teacher, Marianne Olsen, and I learned so much from her. I'm still thankful today, and she taught me how to breathe. She was a hatha yoga teacher. She showed me a lot of nice postures that helped me a lot. And after I gave birth, she was still around, and we got friends, and I sometimes went there too, and she showed me other things, and it was with her because she really told me the technique of breathing and how to get in your postures right. So that's the reason, if you want to start with yoga, you shouldn't just learn it from YouTube. You need at least a little interaction with the teacher through Zoom. That's okay too, like when you can ask questions. And after I gave birth to my second child, I wasn't able to go to any classes. I mean, I got like 3 kids in 5 years, and I was always pregnant, and I was always breastfeeding, and so I had to deal with them a lot. So I started like getting into this Instagram yoga community and joined a couple challenges, which was not good because I injured a lot. I was injured a lot during that time because you're like, oh, you're so hyped up, you want to join the challenge. But like I said, I have these hip issues and I can't do all postures. And there are postures that are more recommended. This yoga community, they all want to sell you something. This whole industry is crazy. I mean, I wouldn't say they are all crazy, but I don't know. The whole industry, yoga industry, it's like in all industries, you got the good ones and you got the bad ones. So like, yeah, 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 yeah. Sorry. One experience that I really want to share with you guys, because it was the worst experience I had there. There was this one woman I really looked up into. I really loved the movement. I thought she started some great movement. I don't want to say her name because that's mean. And she wrote me a DM because after I joined 2 classes, and I was like, oh, but it was longer ago. And she was like, hey, are you doing? I thought she remembers me and stuff. And the second question was, do you need a horoscope? And I was like, no, I don't need a horoscope. And she was like, yeah, you can pay me over PayPal. And I was like, I believe you can manifest a lot in your vortex. I don't need a horoscope. And and I thanked her for her offer, and that was about it. But that experience was really bad for me, and it showed me like how this community actually online is most of the time. There are maybe a handful of yogis that are really cool, that really share some experiences, and those are the ones that I follow because I have the feeling that they really, even though they are teachers, they make their money with it, but I feel they still have a lot to offer for free. Yes. And my suggestion, if you want to learn yoga, get a good teacher around in your area. If it's possible, I mean, when you got Corona, it's different. But when it's possible, join like a really good teacher, especially when you're starting. Because you can't really, and if you have, especially when you got like health problems, don't do that mistake and like just watch videos on any kind of app or on YouTube, because you need help. You need someone who knows what you have to do. So, and it's good to have a community too around in your area or even online. That's okay. I mean, when you're just interacting and you're talking to each other, that's okay. But when you start to do postures and start to get into breathing, you should really have someone by your side who knows what you do and what you should do. And when some people came to me and they were like, hey, I want to start yoga, how can I start? The first thing I always say is like, just breathe in and breathe out, but with a conscious mind. That's always what I'm saying, like breathe in with your nose inside your belly and breathe out again. And just do that 5 times a day. When you go to sleep, when you wake up, when you're nervous. I suggest the 5 Tibetians. They are awesome, like because they are so simple and they are beautiful. And when you join my newsletter, I will post them, or you can get the video with the instructions. Meditation. That's like the basic, monster basic. And there are so many people, they are fighting about it and stuff. But I think the sun salutation has something. I do it my way. Since I have this hip problems, I have to look on certain stuff more. So I think when it boils down and you got experience, you can do your own versions of it. But the sun salutation is really awesome to start. That's like the frequencies I would like suggest you. Yes. So if you got questions, let me know in the comments. And I would love to know what you think about it, how you got into the culture. In my eyes, it's a culture, and let's keep in touch. And don't forget to subscribe.